From Deptford Township in Gloucester County, it's midweek women's basketball between two teams that finished top 5 in the Region 19 standings in the last season. It's the 2-1 Northampton Spartans and the 3-0 RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners facing off in a matchup that was quite competitive last year, and we'll look to have a repeat of that this evening. Welcome again from Deptford Township. I'm Dan Wilkins. I'll be joined by Maddox Marker tonight on the production. As we mentioned, both teams top 5 in Region 19 play last year, and we'll flip this camera back around for a brief moment. Again, I'm Dan Wilkins. Thank you for joining us tonight so far. Only 5 teams finished top 5. Only 5 teams finished above 500 in Region 19 play last year. So, finishing top 5 was a pretty good marker. The difference between 5th-ranked Northampton and 6th seed Passaic was 6 wins. Northampton was 17-10, Passaic was 11-16. So there was a big gap, and Northampton kind of closed off that top tier of Region 19 women's basketball. Of course, Montgomery, Camden, and you could argue the Roadrunners could not be stopped last year. But Northampton had an upset playoff win. They beat 4-seed Brookdale on the road in the first round. So will Northampton stay competitive tonight? We'll have to see. One thing I had to notice, couldn't help but notice, was that Northampton during their warm-ups was doing a lot of spot-up shooting. They were working a lot from the top of the key and from the left and right wings. They weren't shooting that efficiently from the corner, but they were definitely making it work from inside and from outside. Meanwhile, the Roadrunners, as we've seen them earlier this year, have been a very versatile offense. They beat Delaware Tech early in the season and then had a big upset win over Camden County for Coach Richard Cooper's 200th with the Roadrunners. He looked for number 201 tonight, but one player to watch is Shannon Pierman. She had a lot of good stats in her freshman year for the Woodstown grad, and she can be a really, really dangerous shooter in the low post. Can really block out a lot of different defenders, and for a team that a lot of times Roadrunners are coming in outmatching the opponent in size, we'll have to see if Pierman will be able to box out in her offensive endeavors. Meanwhile, Anna DiPiero of Camden Catholic, just a fantastic shooter as well. We'll be learning those names a lot more throughout the women's basketball season with Coach Cooper, with Athletic Director Brian Rowan, and myself with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. But we've got a lot to go through tonight. 40 minutes of NJCAA women's basketball coming up right after this.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear.
Woo!
2 minutes remaining.
So after the holding call to be 1st and 20, as now rolling out to the right side, he's got a little bit of room to run on a QB rush. He's going to get a first down. There's no flags, and how about this for 61 yards? Anthony Gaetano with a QB rush that works to perfection. He hugs the sideline, and Anthony Gaetano gets the scoring started for the Red Hawks at 7-6. Hold on one sec. Let's fix that camera, and here we go. Getting ready for women's basketball tonight, Wednesday evening action between the Northampton Spartans and the RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners. I'm Dan Wilkins. I'll be joined later tonight by Maddox Marker. It's 2-1 Northampton versus 3-0 RCSJ-Gloucester. RCSJ lining up on the left side of your screen mostly in the white home jerseys. Blue and yellow accents. Northampton in their black away jerseys with white and orange accents. We're underway in Deptford Township. Moving towards the paint already. Northampton with a little spot up float, and it's good. Nice little turnaround that time. That was Northampton's number 20, Neosh Perez. Tino Bambose at the top of the key. Brings it out to Elena LaMonica. Left side for Bambose. Back out to Budakovia. Moving in the inside, right wing for LaMonica. Back out to DiPiero. Looked like she wanted that open shot, but she doesn't get it. 2 on the shot clock. She lets it fly, but that's going to be a shot clock violation. I mean, there was a lot of passing that time, and I can't blame the Roadrunners for trying to stretch out that play there, but just didn't seem like there was a lot of urgency from that offense. A lot of passing at the top of the key. Lasted a little bit too long. And it's still 2-0, as this one's a nice little heave, and it's good for 2. Taken by number 13, Layla Sweat. One of the leading scorers so far in Region 19 for women's basketball as of today. Here's Pierman. Now out to Budakovia, no good from the three-point corner attempt. DiPiero, offensive rebound. Moving inside for Bambose, in the lane, off the glass, no good. Pierman picks up the rebound offensively, but unable to hold. It's Nia Brown, the freshman out of Bethlehem Charter. Not far from the campus of Northampton Community College up in Eastern PA as a member of the EPAC. Corner three, no good. In fact, it was airballed. LaMonica picks up the rebound. Now moving inside, this is going to be a turnover. Back at it is Sweat. LaMonica, right side for DiPiero. Quick bounce pass to Bambochet. Pump fakes, and that one is stopped. As Northampton with a 2-minute 4-0 run start here tonight in Deptford Township. Brought up to floor to McLean. Now we got a foul. Going to be called against, it's going to be an and one foul. It's the basket by Sweat. So a 6-0 run and now a 7-0 run. Bambochet will inbound after the and one. So Northampton doing good on the floor so far tonight and giving the Roadrunners a run for their money as Bambochet moves inside after a pump fake. Back out to LaMonica. Budakovia threw her hands up inside. Now it's DiPiero. Lets it go. Now out to Bambochet. In between. Now at the top of the key. That's going to be a travel. Just a lot of mistakes so far. And after RCSJ beat Camden on Saturday, it comes as a little bit of a shock, but still very early in this game. Just 2.5 minutes into this one. Sweat for three, off the mark. Rebound by LaMonica. LaMonica heaves it to DiPiero, now on the right wing, near sideline, turned over. It's back to Sweat. She's going to have the ball a lot tonight. Now it's over to LaMonica and Bambochet guarding her. She backpedals into the corner. Good little fake out there to McLean. She now resets at the volleyball line. Sweat, ball above her head. Moving inside, firing it off the glass. Rebound by Nia Brown. That one's no good. Second chance, foul and one. It's a second time that the Spartans have hit an and one. This time, it'll be Perez going to the line. Perez now with 4 points early. So Sweat going for the and one to make this a 10-zip game. Off the mark. Front iron that time. Rebounded by Millie Horace, one of the new substitutions in this game. Heaving it over to middle of Pierman. Inside, foul! While we do have some substitutions in the game, let's introduce some starting lineups while we're at it. With Pierman at the line, she'll shoot two. Starting lineup tonight for Northampton, as presented by Harper Driving School, Aljanae McLean, Layla Sweat, Naosh Perez, Joey Madison Scholl, and Nia Brown. First shot is good. And then for the Roadrunners, Emma Budakovia and Elena LaMonica. And then the last three in the order, the combo guard and the last three, all returning sophomores. Tino Bambochet, Anna DiPiero of Camden Catholic, and Shannon Pierman of Woodstown. Second shot by Pierman is good. She has been quite reliable from the stripe, and the Roadrunners have their first points. It's 9-2. Quick moves by Brown. Perez able to salvage it after a bobble, and that one rolls over to glass. Second chance good by Brown, 11-2. Here is Budakovia. Brings it out to Harris. Far corner for DiPiero. Fires it across the floor. Budakovia inside. Pierman. Foul. She'll get fouled for a second time. And that's what centers do best. Draw fouls. I mean, that's not all that they do, but in women's basketball, you have to consider the fact that that role is a little bit evolved. good for Pierman. She's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe already. But that also means she's been taking a lot of shots from the charity stripe already. Here's her 4th attempt. And she's 4 for 4. Substitution for Northampton. Number 4, Zara Hinston. It'll be inbounded by Joey Madison Shaw. And a little deflection to Algeray McLean. Left wing, and that's going to be a travel. Could see that one coming. And this will be inbounded by LaMonica. 6:04 to play, 11 for Northampton, 4 for RCSJ. Here's Budakovia. Calls for Horace. She hands it off. Horace moving coast to coast on the floor. Horace, Euro step in the lane. Pierman gets an offensive rebound, and she's got 6 points. Shannon Pierman, the Tri-County Conference product out of Woodstown, doing a fantastic job in her 4th game of her 2nd year. The 6-foot center being able to get the job done. McLean moves DiPiero to the right. Dumps it off, but it's out of bounds. And now another substitute coming in for the Roadrunners, Renaya Wilson. So substitution came in for the Roadrunners, number 5, Renaya Wilson. And Wilson will bring it up the floor. That heave was tipped, tried to find Pierman, and emerging from the scramble will be the Spartans. Hinson was the one who got the good tip that time. Now moving inside, corner, Shaw off the glass. 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound by Wilson. They say she stepped out of bounds. Shannon Pierman, the center, responsible for all 6 of the Roadrunners' points so far. It's 11-6 Northampton. They started off this game on a 9-0 run. That ball got tipped down. Looks like it got batted down by Joey Madison Shaw. And now this will be brought in by the Roadrunners. Lanaya Wilson coming in, a far pass. DiPiero cuts to her right. Now it's over to Wilson. Dribbles the ball 4 or 5 times and turned over. Just kind of hesitated too much there. DiPiero tried to get the steal, and now Northampton goes equal strength with the Roadrunners here. Just to the right of the key. Over to McLean, who drains it for her first points of the night, 13-6. I mean, as it stands right now, Northampton definitely looking like they're making the least amount of mistakes, but there's a nice drain by Horace. So the first person not named Pierman to score for the Roadrunners. That's going to go through the legs of DiPiero. And now this will go back to LaMonica. LaMonica has to rebound it and get it past midcourt. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. LaMonica, that ball gets turned over. Shaw tips it up in the air, and it goes back. But we've got a travel called on Perez. But as we mentioned, Northampton, talking about their standings in Region 19, they finished 5th, but they were the 5th of 5 teams to finish over 500. Montgomery and Camden both had 25 wins. The Roadrunners were 1 behind them with 24. There's Brookdale, Northampton, and then 6 and then 7, Passaic and Cumberland. Corner 3, off the mark. Able to get the rebound, and Horace gets another 2. That was just a great defensive possession that time by Horace, getting her 4 points off the bench right now in a game that started out in a 9.90 run for Northampton. Both teams starting to make a lot of mistakes, and now the Roadrunners starting to capitalize on said mistakes. Here's a top of the key 3. Off the mark, it hit off the front of the rim and then banked off the window. Now here comes Madison Shaw, who gets fouled. 3:04 left in the first. Pierman gets tagged with the foul. That's her second of the night, and they will take her out for number 35, Savannah Shute, the freshman center, who has done quite a nice job at backing up Pierman this season. From the stripe is Joey Madison Shaw to take two. As we mentioned, Sweat and Sepulveda, two of the leading scorers in Region 19 so far this season as we resume play. Gabriella Ross of Mercer leads the region with 20.5, and Layla Sweat tied for first as that one misses. Oh, and a good spike that time, but Northampton's able to keep it inbounds and in play. Another missed shot, and Perez is fouled. That's going to be the fourth foul against the Roadrunners, the sixth total in the quarter. And another center picks up a foul. Shute picks up her first. And with this being in the act of shooting, Perez will go to the line. Stands rumbling a little bit. Looks like the Roadrunners softball team here tonight. That shot is good. And Northampton with their first points in a while, 2:45 to play. It's 14-10, double digits on both sides here in what's been a relatively middle-of-the-road first quarter so far. But a lot of free throws, 6 fouls total. 2 for 2 from Perez. It's now 15-10, Northampton maintaining their lead, but now a 5-point deficit for the Roadrunners. Inside to Shute. Shute loses it on a knee. It's back out to Horace on the left wing. Spot up 3. Front iron, no good that time. Back over to Northampton and specifically over to McLean. Perez with 6 points so far. There's Sweat. That was an aggressive shot, just one step below a hook shot. Couldn't get it there. Score remains 15-10. We've got 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Horace spinning around, holding onto the ball. Now it's Sweat. It's a turnover, and it's a fast break. Right hand, off the glass and fouled. That'll be 2 shots for Layla Sweat. There has not been a lot of three-point shooting in this game tonight, but if anybody's going to shoot those, Layla Sweat's going to do it. The Northampton Spartans up 15-10. The point guard Bambochet will check back in. See who that's for with 1:54 to play. She'll wait until the second free throw is over. Again, Sweat making her first. This is for point number 5, and she's got it after the bank. So Perez with 6, Sweat with 5, and it's now 17-10 Northampton. DiPiero is also going to get ready to check back in, it looks like, at some point. On the floor for the Roadrunners, it's Wilson, Rodriguez, Bambochet, Horace, and Shute. Bambochet, the only original starter right now on the floor. Inside, Shute, up and in. Savannah Shute gets 2 shots, or rather gets 2 points for her first of the day. Just wait until the end of the quarter so I can bring you in. Turnover. Corner for Bambochet, moved inside towards the baseline, a scramble and a whistle. Jump ball, this possession is gonna go. Well, first of all, let's see where this possession is gonna go. Northampton was waiting on a substitution. The arrow does go in favor of the Roadrunners. Turned over. Roadrunners unable to get a shot off, as this one is another one for Sweat. She's up to 8 points. 19-12 now. Fouled. 49 seconds remaining. Northampton does have the bonus. Shoot will get subbed out. And coming in will be Alexis Caraway, the sophomore out of Haddon Heights. First shot from the Roadrunners is up and out. Interesting that they're going with a much smaller lineup here, basically 4 guards. Subbing out Shoot again for Caraway, just going for a 1-minute drill here, trying to get as many points as they can from their best shooters. Turnover on the inbound. Northampton able to come up with it. Scrappy basketball all throughout and another foul. I wouldn't call it undisciplined, but it's definitely been a rough first quarter for both teams, and that's considering how high scoring it's been, 19-13 with 42 seconds to play. $20 and now 21. Roadrunners subbing out Horace here. The referee talked to the head coach Cooper. We'll resume play. Northampton up by 7. Foul. Shot is waved off. Didn't go anyway. 33 seconds remaining. Roadrunners got fouled, and they said that it was not a shooting foul. So they'll resume. Moving inside. Again, a very small lineup here for the last minute of the quarter. Moving in. Going up with it off the bottom of the rim. Just trying to get anything off here. 20 seconds, now 15 seconds. Moving in, an open shot from McLean. No good. Check that from Abby Marie Cologne. 7 seconds. Roadrunners bringing it down the floor. Point guard Bambochet moving through traffic. She'll get fouled. Shot is waved off. With 1 second remaining, and with that being Northampton's 5th foul, they're going to get 2 shots. Foul is going to get called against Cologne. $21 for Northampton, 13 for the Roadrunners. Shots off the mark. Again, we've got 1 second left in the first quarter. Both teams over the bonus. Lucky break for RCSJ, to say the least. Northampton ready to rebound if she misses. She does not. Not going to have too much time for anything here. Ball tips out of the hands, not going to get anything. LaMonica got the shot, but not off in time. And at the end of the first quarter, it's a 7-point lead for Northampton. Again, a team that finished quite well in last year's standings, already off to a good start in 2025. It's the Spartans 21 and the Roadrunners 14 after this break.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
1 quarter down, 3 to go here from Rowan College of South Jersey. Joey Madison Shaw for Northampton. Spartans with first possession, and that shot is off the mark. Second chance for Perez. Now a third chance. No good there. All over the place here. Fourth attempt, bricked off the front. And now it's Budakovia bringing it up the other way. Budakovia, that shot's in by Rodriguez. 21-16. Right wing, bobbling it, was Sweat. Madison Shaw, the forward. No good on that time. And a foul. And one. Basket counts. Back to a 7-point lead. Foul was committed by Maya Valari, the sophomore guard out of Pittman. Both teams got over the bonus in the first quarter in what was a relatively high-scoring first. And one was good, and it's 24-16. Budakovia out on the left for Caraway. Again, Roadrunners mixing up their lineup a lot, and it definitely is an advantage that the Roadrunners have a lot of participation on this Region 19 team. You look at Northampton, they've got 2 players, actually 3 players on the bench. Only 8 players dressed in total. Without a lot of time on the shot clock, Budakovia knocks one in. And it's 24-18. She scored her first points of the night. And that's actually the first points by an RCSJ starter not named Pierman. 4 players off the bench have scored: Horace, Shute, Wilson, and Rodriguez. But Budakovia is the first starter outside of Pierman, who has 6. Budakovia, the guard, into the corner. And a 3, Alexis Caraway. It's a 1-possession game. And we've got a timeout. First of the night for Northampton, as Carly Gallagher, the second-year head coach at Northampton, burns one of her 5. We'll take a quick break. 24-21, Northampton. Back here from RCSJ, this broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first attempt. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road. Roadrunners cut the lead down to just 1 possession. It's a 3-point game. 24-21. Joey Madison Shaw will go in. The referee talking to the home clock operator. That's what the holdup is. Sounds like a book discrepancy. There was something earlier where I'm not sure what's going on here. Trying to figure out what the issue is. Rich Cooper now going over. So Cooper talking to his staff here, trying to figure out the discrepancy. Not exactly sure what the issue is, but pointing to something over near the 3-point line. Was it in regards to Alexis Caraway's 3-pointer? Not sure. Doesn't look like anything on the scoreboard changes. It's still 24-21. Spartans moving inside. Shaw open in the paint, and it's good. Madison Shaw with her first points of the night. The forward. Valari, right hand layup good. And that's the versatility that the Roadrunners have. They now have 5 players off the bench scoring in this first half. In the first 13 minutes of this game, Madison Shaw gets another jumper. So she goes from 0 to 4 in a hurry. And now Budakovia races down the floor. For 3, Caraway can't get there. Top of the key, actually towards the left side of the key for Sweat. Sweat from a deep 2, can't get it there. Don't see that a lot in modern basketball just because of how deep the three-point culture is, actually moving in a couple feet for the easier shot and sacrificing a point. With Northampton having a 5-point lead, Madison Shaw turns around inside for Perez, short, picks up her own rebound, chucks the ball in the air, and the rebound by Rodriguez. Right side, Caraway good. She's got 5 points. Back to a 1-possession, 3-point game, 28-25. Here is Sweat. Sweat right side for McLean. Off the glass and good. Just a lot of really good scoring from Northampton in the paint. They've been doing somewhat okay from three-point land, but that one's out of bounds. 3 new subs coming in for Northampton. Nia Jones, the starter, coming back. Looks like Perez, Martin, and might be Madison Shaw taking a seat. Movement inside for Jones. Into the circle, and a 3-second violation gets called on the defense. They'll be inbounded by LaMonica. DiPiero, a no-look pass, Budakovia moving to her left. Into the near corner, Caraway, 3, no good. Caraway would have been the leading scorer on the Roadrunners with that 3-point attempt, but it remains a 5-point game. Midway through quarter number 2, DiPiero with a struggle brings a player down in Zaria Hinson. Jump ball goes in favor of the Roadrunners. DiPiero from the top of the key, no good. That's something that she does really well, but just looked a little off that time. It's out of bounds. Roadrunners had 2 dominant wins to start off the year, 72-55 over Delaware Tech, and then 86-42, almost doubling the number of points over Sussex County, the Skylanders. Had a big upset over Camden County, 65-49 on Saturday the 8th. After tonight, they do not play for another week, another 7 days. October the 20th versus Ocean County. Shot is waved off. Northampton called a timeout. So Northampton calls another timeout. We'll take another break. 4:46 left in quarter number 2. 30 for Northampton, 25 for RCSJ. 30-25, Northampton coming out of timeout. It's been a relatively good first half so far. Can't really complain too much about it. I think Northampton's definitely been the better team in terms of ball handling today. Roadrunners have had a lot of turnovers. It's been a first half to regret in that regard. They picked up a lot of fouls. The shooting's been good for RCSJ, and I've been very impressed by the bench. But other than that, Northampton's definitely been taking care of business. They're running out of time on the shot clock. They only had 2. It hit off the wiring. That'll be a turnover. Ball will be in Wilson's hands. Inbounds at the Budakovia. Budakovia left wing, bounces. Valari. Shot is waved off. 3 seconds on the Roadrunners. Seen a handful of those tonight. Inbounded to Sweat. So Northampton has already burned 2 of their timeouts. But they lead in this game. That's another shot that hit off the wiring. They're aiming sky high. Unfortunately, they're hitting sky high. We'll have a substitution. Got a push foul. DiPiero inside, it's good. And Anna DiPiero gets her first points of the night. Quick movement by Northampton already. Back to McLean, top of the key. Right side for Sweat. Now to McLean. Got a little stutter step that time. Sweat for 3. Off the side. And an underhand shovel by Valari. Sweat at midcourt. 3:15 to play in the half. It's a one-possession game. 30 for Northampton, 20 for RCSJ. High floater. Northampton somehow able to finish the possession, but it is a foul. Had something going off in the arena here. Two shots. Can't tell that jersey number. It will be Martin looking for her first points of the evening. First shot no good. I mean, overall, lower amount of fouls in the second quarter. Second shot good. Martin with her first points. Here's Budakovia. Ball got dropped a little bit by Wilson, moving inside. Couple of rebounds that time. LaMonica comes up with it. It's back to DiPiero. Moves inside. Ball's fumbled up. And it's recovered by Northampton. They get the turnover. It is back to McLean at the volleyball line. McLean moving in. Now to Martin. Northampton just moving the ball all around here. Shoot, tries to rip the ball away, and she does. No whistle, no foul, no nothing. Here comes Anna DiPiero. Her shot gets blocked at the rim. Shoot, touched it last. And Northampton's going to come up with this one. Cooper trying to plead his case to the officials. It is McLean, bounce pass to Martin. Martin inside, moves it over. Got an offensive foul. With just above 2 minutes to play. Perez subbing back in. She's got 8 points tonight. Bambochet checking back in. And she will actually sub out LaMonica, who is going to take the inbound. Slow roller to Budakovia. DiPiero. Another no-look pass. She's had a couple of them. Bambochet. Over at the top of the key, whistle, and a violation against the Roadrunners. It's early in the season. I think if these two teams meet in January or February, it could look a little bit different, but right now, it's just looking like the Roadrunners are not playing their best, and it's coming down to the amount of mistakes being made. A lot of fouls, a lot of turnovers, a lot of violations, and after a 3-0 start, this looks like an abnormally rocky game for RCSJ. Shot was off the mark by Northampton. It's back to Budakovia. Fires it inside. DiPiero's the one to pick it up. Oh, that was a rough one. Ended up going for a tumble on the baseline. She got fouled. The foul is against McLean. It's the third against Northampton in the quarter. Budakovia will check out of the game. Millie Horace checking back in. Northampton's head coach with directions. And another foul against the Spartans. As we mentioned, Carly Gallagher, second-year head coach at Northampton, was announced in late June of last year. Was a former player at Millersville, earning over 1,000 points as a four-year starter at Millersville. Bambochet makes her first. Also was the high school head coach at East Stroudsburg North and South with 10 years of high school experience, as that one is good. Northampton runs this one with 1 minute and 28 to play. 2-point game. It's the closest we've been tonight for the Roadrunners after Northampton jumped out to a 9-0 run. Is that three-pointers off the mark? Rebound by Shoot. But since then, the Roadrunners have not had the lead once during this first half. Could at least have a good run here at the end. That shot is blocked. Moving up, Sweat, back turn to the basket. Turns back around, DiPiero faces her. Screen by Perez. Inside shot, no good there. Now Horace gets it in the near corner on the left side. Back over to Bambochet, crosses over the Roadrunner logo at midcourt. Horace chucks inside, Shoot. Horace for three, good. And the Roadrunners have the lead for the first time tonight. In the wee moments of the first half, 4-second separation between the two clocks. Falling over, no whistle, scramble. And the Roadrunners call a timeout, it looks like. A little bit of confusion there, but with 22 seconds left, a scramble forces a 30-second timeout for the Roadrunners. We'll stay right here, but man, that was a good possession there by the Roadrunners. 3-point by Horace. She's up to 7 tonight. This broadcast is brought to you by Gray Fox Sports, premier sports photography right in your backyard. Visit grayfoxsports.net or Gray Fox Sports on Instagram for bookings and information on future events. .22 seconds, shot clock erased, with the Roadrunners up by 1 point. Roadrunners were down by 9 in the early moments of this game. DiPiero shoots for 3, doesn't go. 8 seconds to go. Northampton looking for a last chance. Sweat, no good. 3 seconds. Horace with a chance, lets it fly. Not going to get anywhere on that one. And the Roadrunners somehow get their groove back at the end of the first half. It's the Roadrunners 32, the Spartans 31 at the end of the first half with an impressive performance from Millie Horace. 7 points, including a 3-point shot to take the lead. We'll take a break and we'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half. It's the Roadrunners 32 and Northampton 31. Excuse us for the brief delay. There we go. 1 point lead for the Roadrunners. Really did not expect that to start the second half, but we'll get this started with Northampton possession. It's McLean on the right side, fires it out to Madison Shaw. It's a turnover. LaMonica's there. LaMonica over to Budakovia on the left wing. Budakovia stepping out, spinning around. Out to the right for DiPiero. Budakovia for three. Good, a low arcing three from Emma Budakovia. And the Roadrunners, actually it's only going to count for two. Foot must have been on the line out of our view. Inside, foul. Shot is waved off. Budakovia up to 4 points. Horace leads the team with 7. Shot was waved off, meaning it's no shooting foul, and we will have an inbound by Northampton, but it's immediately turned over. Here comes Budakovia. Bounce pass. LaMonica a little short off the glass. Roadrunners bench got excited, maybe thinking there was a foul. A hard jump ball. Bambose was on the bottom of it. Inbounded by Budakovia. LaMonica on the right wing. She's far backed up. Bambose falls. Whistle and a travel will be called against Bambose. Just kind of fell flat that time. Moving coast to coast, Sweat and McLean. Spartans just again back and forth with this guard tandem. Pass gets thrown away. Perez was looking for Jones in the corner, couldn't find her, couldn't grab it, and it's out of bounds. Madison Shaw will inbound. And now moving in, baseline, shot good by Sweat. Sweat leading the Spartans with 12. DiPiero, Bambose, moving around the world, and that shot far off the mark that time from LaMonica. Rebounded by Jones. So it's back to a 1 point game, and we're not really back where we started. It would require Northampton to get a couple more shots off to get back where we started, which was a 9-0 run to start the ball game. Northampton held the lead for all but the last 40 seconds of the first half. They say no foul. Madison Shaw keeps it in. Look out. Oh, hello, that's a jump ball. Bambose takes a hard fall for a second time. She's been getting battered around just in this quarter alone. Some hard hits for the sophomore guard. Rubs the elbow, makes sure she's okay, and she'll remain in the ball game. Jones finds an open McLean, heaves the ball up, got 2 seconds to shoot. Perez gets it off, and it's an air ball, shot clock violation. 34-33. It's LaMonica. DiPiero sets a nice screen. Budakovia moving in. The layup for the small guard. Can't get there. Pierman got a hand on it. It will remain Roadrunner ball. So it looks like Joey Madison Shaw got in there. And Budakovia will inbound. 12 on the shot clock. 7:27 to play in the third. And a 1 point Roadrunner lead. Same as it was at half. Out to DiPiero, fires it across the floor. Now into the corner, Bambose, too far. Rebound by Jones, rather by Brown, Nia Brown. Spartans bringing this one up the court for Joey Madison Shaw. Turned over. Here comes the Roadrunners. No good. DiPiero fed to Budakovia. Unable to get anything going there. A lot of back and forth offense here early in the third quarter. Sweat inside. Jones spinning around. Now moving up for Joey Madison Shaw. 3 with 5 to shoot. She's got it. Don't sweat it. She's got 15. Layla Sweat makes it a 2-point Spartans lead, 36-34. Foul at the basket as Pierman was going up, got fouled by Brown. First foul by the Spartans in the quarter. Pierman will go to the stripe. 2 shots would tie this game for Pierman, who is at 6 points all in the first quarter. Looking for her first basket in a while. No good there. So Northampton will retain the lead for this possession. Northampton was able to get the rebound after Pierman missed both. Moving inside. Foul and 1. Nia Brown gets it up there, moves with the right hand. We talked about Layla Sweat. Northampton had 2 of the top 5 leading points per game leaders in women's basketball last year. I should note, I had this in as if it was a stat from this year, but these are last year's stats. Gabriella Ross led the way with Mercer, and tied for it was Layla Sweat, returning for her second year. Destiny Bynum-Johnson of Union had 20.4, and then Anisha Sepulveda had 18. Angelina Bell of the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers, who finished under 500 last year, had 18. 39-34. Brown able to complete the and one. So after a strong run and a strong finish to the first half by the Roadrunners, we are inching back to where we started, a 5-point lead. DiPiero, 3! She does what she does best, Anna DiPiero. 3-point shot. Brings us back within 2. Immediately moving into the lane, Sweat. No good. Shoot, can't come up with it. Ball's batted around. McLean, right hand, floater. Contact in the lane, offensive foul. No basket. Tough call to make right there. But it seemed like the right call, just a lot of movement inside. And it remains a 1-possession game. Northampton 39, RCSJ 37. What's been a very physical third quarter. A lot of scrambles. Tell you this, Tino Bambouchet's taking a lot of hard falls. DiPiero backpedaling. Inside. Shoot. No good there. Falling over is McLean. Bambouchet, bounce pass. DiPiero, good. Tie game. Home crowd roars. 39 all. 2-point shot there, no good. From McLean. Budakovia in the near corner, back out to DiPiero. Wonder if she's gonna let this one fly. LaMonica, 3 for the lead, no good. Rebounded by, oh, that was close to being a backcourt there. That was awfully close to a backcourt. No good there. Second chance, Perez fires it off the glass. Third attempt, no good. Shoot, rebound. Will be interesting to see if Coach Cooper runs with a 2-forward solution and Shoot and Pierman on the floor at the same time. I believe we saw that at one point in their season opener versus Delaware Tech. Inside, foul on Bamboche. Well, she does get fouled, and she'll go to the line in the act of shooting. Couple of subs coming out. Rodriguez back in for the Roadrunners. Sweat back in after a short break for the Spartans. Also getting ready to check in for the Roadrunners will be Brenna Ivy. Bamboche will shoot 2. One shot for the lead in a 39-39 game. 4:10 left in the third. First shot, no good. Bamboche with 3 points. LaMonica, the only starter for the Roadrunners without a point. She goes to the bench. Budakovia with 4, Bamboche with 3. DiPiero with 5, Pierman with 6. Horace still the leading scorer with 7. Second shot good, and the Roadrunners have a 1-point lead. Now 2 more subs. Nia Jones back in. Seems like these Northampton starters taking very quick breaks for what it's worth. But Spartans will now bring this one up the floor. Layla Sweat over inside for Henson. Cologne. Abby Marie Cologne off the mark. Second chance. Jones fires it off the glass. Rebound by Ivy. Dumped it off to DiPiero. DiPiero fires it. Rodriguez open. Underhand feed. Ivy from the semicircle. It's an air ball, grazed the net, and it's saved by Savannah Shoot, but it is a turnover. Maya Villari checks in at the scorer's table. She'll go in at next dead ball. Out on the near corner, Sweat now moves to the left for 3. That's another air ball, another grazer of the net. And out of play, Villari will check in. Subbing in for the center, Shoot. Shoot, the 6'2" center. Sweat, while being second in points per game last year, second in points per game, second in total points. 554 was 80 points behind Destiny Bynum-Johnson, the region's highest scorer out of Union. And then Elena Sepulveda, 468. She came in 5th. So it was 2 Union, 2 Northampton, and 1 Camden County. Alonza Thomas slotted in 3rd. Sweat was 230 for 552 last year in shooting, 44% true shooter. I mean, it's not crazy numbers, but JUCO women's basketball is a game that is going to have a lot of shots and a lot of missed shots, and it's going to come down to the shots that you make over the shots that you miss. Especially in a conference or in Region 19 Division III that only had 5 teams finishing over 500. That was out of bounds. Cooper trying to plead his case. Rodriguez, and maybe he wasn't pleading his case because he did get the ball back. Rodriguez inbounds to Harris. Harris moving inside. A little lay, and it's good. She's got 9 off the bench. Loving this performance from Millie Harris. Doing what she's got to do to get something right, get something working. Inbound by Joey Madison Scholl. Over to Cologne on the right wing. Now back out to the top of the key. Ball gets away from Sweat. Able to barely, oh so close, keep it in. They've got 5 to shoot. Sweat looking at the shot clock. Pulls up from 3. No good. What in the world? That's going to be a foul. Everybody just kind of stopped when the shot clock went down. I mean, I stopped as well. It'll be a foul against Villari. Even coming off the bench, she's been in foul trouble tonight with 2 minutes left to play in the third. She's up to 3 fouls. Joey Madison-Shaw to inbound. Sweat outside. Madison-Shaw. 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Valari block. But travel. Double whammy against Northampton. A block by Valari, the forward. And now a travel. This will be inbounded by, looks like Wilson. Shoot checking in Valari, who's been in foul trouble tonight. Minute 45 to play in the third. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Maddox Marker, RCSJ student. Inside, foul. Fired it off the glass that time. Good way to draw the foul for Wilson in her first possession on the floor in this quarter. Foul is called against Hinson. Northampton 1 foul away from picking up or from allowing the bonus. There were no bonuses in the second quarter. Both teams accomplished it in the first. First shot off the mark. Wilson with 2 points. Horace, the leading scorer, with 9. Sweat leads Northampton scoring with 15. Good. Wilson 1 for 2 makes it a 6-point game, 45-39. I mean, there's been a handful of lead changes, but this half started, and there's a nice little crossover. Shot no good by Cologne. Second chance by Shaw is good. She's up to 6 for the forward. But yeah, I mean, again, RCSJ came into this game down 9-0 from the get-go. Not really from the get-go, but Northampton had a very good run to start the game. Pretty much had a chokehold on them for pretty much the whole first half. It was only the last 40 seconds that the Roadrunners took the lead, went into half with a 1-point lead, 32-31. Northampton with 10 points in this third quarter so far. Sweat moving over to the corner. Cologne with 40 seconds. Drains the 3. 1-point game. Abby Marie Cologne for 3 from the far corner. 30 seconds. 3-second difference between the two clocks. And that will count for 2 from Wilson. It was hard to tell with where her foot was placed. Inside. Mid-range. 10 seconds, the shot was missed. Jump ball, Savannah Shute with the size advantage there on Cologne. Possession will go in favor of the Roadrunners. Just under 10 seconds to play. Rodriguez to inbound to Renaya Wilson. Clock runs. 3-point lead. Wilson being told commandingly to go. Lets the shot off with 2 and a 3 to end the quarter. Renaya Wilson. It's not a buzzer beater, but it's as close as you can get. A 6-point advantage for the Roadrunners after 3 quarters. Renaya Wilson banks a 3. 8 points for the guard off the bench, the freshman. We'll take a quick break. After 3, it's the Roadrunners 50, the Spartans 44.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
$50-44. Taking a look at the Region 19 standings from last year. Both teams over 500 going in. RCSJ 3-0, Northampton 2-1. Last year, only 5 teams had over 500 records. Montgomery and Camden led the standings table with 25. RCSJ was 24-6. Just missed out on a Nationals bid with a loss to Montgomery back in March in the region final. Brookdale was 18-9. Northampton closed out really that top tier at 17-10. Passaic and RCSJ Cumberland were teams 6 and then 7. Already got a foul 2 seconds into the quarter. Starting the fourth quarter. Sorry about that, gotta adjust some things. DiPiero's gonna get called for a push. Yeah, chair got knocked over, but better than what happened last night in Pittman. Took a spill in the grandstands. It's embarrassing enough when you fall at home and you're, by yourself or your family's there, but when you take a spill in public, especially when you're at work, that's always rough. From the free throw line, 2-point attempt there, no good. Roadrunner ball. Pierman to DiPiero. Near corner, Rodriguez. Underhand and a nice two-handed lay. Ivy with the basket. 2-point lead. Brenna Ivy for 2. Jones from the three-point line. That shot is blocked. Looks like Ivy picked up the block. Here comes, whoa, and that'll be a foul. Yeah, Wilson's going to get charged with that one. Really can't deny that one too well. So we said after tonight, the Roadrunners do not have another game in the women's basketball circuit until next Thursday, November the 20th, a home game versus Ocean County. Ivy appearing in her 4th game this year. 75% field goal percentage. Out of bounds. For Neosh Perez out of Executive Charter in Bethlehem, PA. One of 2 players out of Bethlehem's Executive Charter. Nia Brown being another. So, chemistry in JUCO is always difficult because players are turning over every 2 years instead of every year. That one's blocked on the pass. But coming in, Wilson underhand, no good. Offensive rebound, Pierman. But the Roadrunners have 3 returning starters. And even Budakovia was a staple last year. 4 of the 5 starters were at least returning players from last year. I honestly couldn't tell you which of these 5 starters for Northampton were starters in the 24-25 season. That's how quick the turnover is in JUCO because it is supposed to be a stepping stone. It is not the final destination. A lot of missed shots that time. It ends in a foul against RCSJ. Bemboshe will get ready to check in. The foul will be against Pierman. That's going to be her 3rd. Brown will take the shots. For Nia Brown, she has been very impressive in her freshman season, has recorded 3 double-doubles in 3 games. On opening night versus Cumberland, I really can't believe I'm reading this right. They won the game by 69 points, 100 for Northampton and 31 for Cumberland. They won the game 100-31. held Cumberland to 5 points in the second and fourth quarter, and then scored 31 points in the fourth quarter. Jones recorded 18 and 15, 18 points, 15 boards in that game, 12 and 13 versus Passaic, and 16 and 10 versus Bergen. So we do know with her hitting both that time, Brown up to 9. Not sure what her rebounds are. I really only count the points just because we don't have a true statistician except for the one on the floor. Left box. From the corner of the paint, couldn't go that time. Villari was down briefly. With her back turned, Cologne, it's a turnover. DiPiero, right side, right hand, it's good. Anna DiPiero, 7 points. Layup is good on the right hand. It's an 8-point Roadrunner lead, by far their largest lead of the night. Cologne, corner three, good. Cologne, 6 points. 2 triples, however you want to slice it. A high-scoring third quarter, 54-49, or rather fourth quarter. 7:10 to play. LaMonica, top of the key. Villari bobbles it. Jones, turnover. She finishes the job. Now Northampton needing to pick up the pace. Although they still have plenty of time in the fourth quarter, just don't want to waste any of said time. McLean back over to Jones, front iron from the semicircle. Bamboche goes down. Back to LaMonica. Bamboche a little slow to get up. Back to LaMonica, working hard across the floor. DiPiero, corner three, no good. Villari, rebound, no, foul. Against the Roadrunners. Might be an over. Thought maybe an over-to-back foul. Rodriguez was going to check in. She is going to sit down. It will be Shoot coming in. And talk about a difference in fouls. That was the 5th foul against the Roadrunners and none against Northampton. So this will now mean with 6:39, I mean, that's one of the quickest bonuses I've ever seen. Villari is fouled out. Checking in on Tina Bamboche. Something was on the floor, it looked like. Nia Jones back to the line. She's got 9 points to her record tonight. She's looking for her 4th straight double-double of the year. I mean, the most impressive game, I would say, is the 12 and 13 versus Passaic, mostly because of where Bergen and Cumberland finished in their table last year. Cumberland was 7th. They were 9 and 17, but still, when you have a conference where only 5 teams finish over 500 and then 3 teams share 75 wins. Oh, hello, blocked. Roadrunners wanted a foul. Didn't get it. Cooper showing you he's displeased. He's got his arms crossed and a 3. Layla Sweat. Sweat on a dry floor. 1-point game, 54-53. Roadrunners on top by 1. 6 minutes to play. Bamboche over to the middle. She bobbles it. Back out to LaMonica. 3-pointer. Wilson, no good. Was worth a shot given Wilson's track record. 9 points. 8 points for Wilson. Corner. Cologne, no good. That would have been for the lead. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Roadrunners, by Bamboche. 1 sub on each side. Horace checks in for the Roadrunners. Martin, with 1 point, checks in for Northampton. So we mentioned Roadrunners do not play for another week. They've got another home game against Ocean County, which we will be there for. The Spartans also will have Ocean as their next opponent on Saturday the 15th. They'll be on the road in Toms River. And then home versus RCSJ Cumberland on the 18th. And home versus Broome Community College, an out-of-region school, on the 20th. Turnover. Right hand. Foul on her way up. Yeah, that's SUNY Broome out of upstate New York. I believe New York State is Region 15 because parts of Delaware and Maryland are Region 20. It's the third foul against against McLean. Wilson makes her yeah, that is Wilson. She's now tied for the lead with 9, but it's back to a 2-point game. It is the first foul committed against Northampton, or committed by Northampton in this quarter. Roadrunners, if you recall, had a 5-0 foul advantage, which sent them to the charity stripe, or sent the Spartans to the charity stripe quite early in the fourth quarter. 5:30 to play. 3-point game, really still anybody's game. 3-pointer for the tie, no good. Offensive rebound. Ball comes out. Falling on her back is LaMonica. No, it is Horace. Jump ball goes in the favor of the Roadrunners. Pierman checks back in. Here is Budakovia. Here is Bambochet. It is Horace inside. Pierman fouled on her way up. Nia Jones dissents. She disagrees. Second foul against the Spartans, and Pierman will go to the line. Shannon Pierman has shot a lot of free throws tonight. She's got 6 points, but such a good rebounder. The sophomore out of Woodstown. 15 points per game in 2 games this season, 60% from the field, 75% from the line, but also averaging a double-double. In 2 games this year, was 1 rebound away from a double-double in the 72-55 opening night win over Del Tech. Had 18 points, 9 boards, but had 12 points, 13 rebounds in the win over Sussex County. Unless stats are not in for Saturday's game, she did not play on Saturday. I would find that hard to believe unless she was injured. 3-pointer, Sweat, air ball, grazed the net. It's out of bounds. Rodriguez to inbound. Sweat has been just such a hit-or-miss shooter. 18 points for her. Leads both teams in scoring, but she's had several air balls tonight that just kind of make you look back in retrospect, seeing if Northampton would have a better advantage tonight if that 3-pointer was a little bit more consistent. Pierman rebound. Off the mark again. She'll pick up a second offensive rebound. Oh, that might have been some contact. They said it was tipped. Not sure if I agree with that, but I'm not a basketball ref. Another fall, another whistle. Let's see. Cooper calls a timeout. Close calls all around. They want a 30-second timeout. Roadrunners down to 3. We'll take a quick break. 58-53. Northampton trailing by 5. Roadrunners up. 58-53. Back after a quick break. This broadcast brought to you by DAWG Pro Wrestling, New Jersey's premier pro wrestling organization. With high-flying events and nonstop entertainment throughout the Garden State, visit DAWGProWrestling.com for booking and information on future events. And by Rowan College of South Jersey, New Jersey's premier community college with over 50 associate's degree programs and as voted as one of the top 150 community colleges academically in the United States. Visit rcsj.edu for academic information and visit rcroadrunners.com for athletic recruiting. Bambochet at the top of the key, moves out. Budakovia looks at the basket, doesn't take it. Rodriguez has some room, backpedals. Over to Horace. Horace, left side, ball comes out, and a foul. So now those fouls coming back against Northampton after RCSJ committed 5 unanswered. Now 3 fouls against the Spartans. Everybody shifting around. Bounce pass, Pierman wants to chuck it up quickly, fires it off the glass. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the visitors. And before that, we get some new subs coming in, and they're actually going to switch out the inbounder. It'll be Perez coming back in. Again, Northampton, 8 players. If you're at all familiar, if you're a viewer of this game who has watched either Northampton or RCSJ play other Region 19 opponents, you'll see some players, some teams with 6, 7 players, 8 players. 8 might even be the high end for teams of this caliber. I mean, Northampton not leading the table right now, but, I mean, you just look at the teams that we have covered or that RCRoadrunners.com has covered over the years, you'll see some rather empty space on the benches. Sometimes there's more assistant coaches than players that aren't on the floor. Pierman got the bounce pass, unable to field it cleanly. It's Horace from the left corner along the free throw line, couldn't get it. Back to Pierman, clears it. Budakovia, no-look pass. Rodriguez in the corner for 3. Hadley Rodriguez with a corner 3 from the far away corner, and it's a 7-point lead. And with all the struggles that RCSJ has had tonight, they're finally starting to prevail, and a foul, offensive foul. Man, I love watching Rich Cooper. He goes from enraged to enlightened in the blink of an eye when the referee's right hand goes up for a foul, and then when he hears it's an offensive foul, a smile just lights up on his face as the Roadrunners look to go to 4-0 to start this regular season. Bambochet takes the inbound, deflects to Budakovia. Rodriguez back to Budakovia. Bambochet. They've got a man in the paint. Pierman 1 foot out of it now. Referee was pointing it out. Floater. Rodriguez no good. Second chance. Pierman. Foul and 1. Listen to this place. The Wednesday night crowd's coming out for the Roadrunners, and Pierman draws a 3-point play. She's going to get 10 points, so depending on how the rebounds fare, could have her third double-double, rather her second double-double of the season. She was 1 rebound away from getting a double-double on opening night versus Delaware Tech. Here's the end one to make it a 10-point game. It's good. She's got 11. Pierman leads the team in scoring with 11 points as Northampton now backs against the wall with a 10-point lead, 3 minutes left. Not impossible, but you got to imagine Gallagher wants to give the ball to Sweat. Turnover. Budakovia falls on a foul against Northampton. Budakovia fell on it. Foul will be against Perez. And now both teams, you blink and you miss it, both teams are now over the bonus. As I said, it was one of the earliest times I had seen a team break the bonus threshold when RCSJ committed 5 fouls in 3 minutes. But now the same is true for the visitors. Here's Budakovia at the line. Budakovia out of Medford Tech, the sophomore guard. 3 games this season. She's a 50% shooter from the foul line. Goes 0 for 2. It's out of bounds. Ball got deflected a couple times. DiPiero's going to check in for the last 2 minutes. Roadrunners will get the inbound. Budakovia, the original point guard of this game, checks out. Takes a seat next to the assistant coach, Miss Catherine Dunn. And actually, Budakovia is going to get a chance to sub back in quickly here Thought she was done for the night. They say no. Horace fouled on the, no, jump ball. Budakovia subbed back in very quickly. So again, no foul, just a jump ball. 2:01 to play. There's 11 on the shot clock. So not entirely panic urgent, but they'll have to think of something quick. DiPiero to Rodriguez. 8 seconds to shoot. She's back at the volleyball line. Methodical. Cologne is there. 4 to shoot. Quick catch and shoot for 3 off the glass. Millie Horace, 12 points off the bench. 13-point game. And Northampton calls a timeout. 2 remaining for the Spartans. 1:40 to play. We'll take a quick break. Might be the last stand for Northampton. They have to get something going quickly as Millie Horace banks a 3. 66-53 right after this. Northampton burns their second to last timeout. Actually, no, they have 2 remaining. My apologies. Don't know how many more they're going to burn, though, because this is a 13-point game. If you told me at halftime that this will be a 13-point game, or even if you told me at the end of the first quarter that it will be a 13-point Roadrunner lead, I honestly don't know if I'd believe you. This has just been such an oddball game, and they're going to have a 5-second violation. She did not get the ball out of her hands in time, and now same spot, second verse for Bambochet. By the way, our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon. Girls Soccer Group 1 final in South Jersey between the 6-seed Haddon Township Hawks and the 1-seed Audubon Green, or rather the 5-seed. It's going to be a 5 versus 6 in the final. 3 o'clock kickoff from the Green Wave Turf, and then 7 p.m. tomorrow night in the WJYFL Turkey Bowl for 14U between the Haddon Township Hawks and the Eastern Vikings. 14U youth football. Roadrunners in kind of our version of victory formation, really holding on to the ball for as long as they can. 1:20, 10 to shoot. Saturday we'll be back in the Roadrunner gym for, oh, hello, that one goes out of bounds, and the pass from LaMonica gives Northampton another possession. 12. Either way, though, we'll be back in the Roadrunner gym on Saturday, the 15th of November, for a standalone men's game at 1 p.m. between the Luzerne County Trailblazers and the RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners. So we've covered 1 men's basketball game this year. We've covered 1 women's basketball game this year. We're going back and forth. For the Roadrunners, we will be back in action as well on Thursday, October the 20th. I believe that's a doubleheader between Ocean and RCSJ. 1 minute to play. Northampton going around the horn here. Jones, shot over Pierman, off the mark, hits off the glass twice, rebound by Wilson. Over the middle, Pierman running it in. Oh, hello, that's going to be an offensive foul. That's the right call. Kind of lowered the shoulder, sent her hard to the ground with 45 seconds left. There's a lot of willpower that Shannon Pierman has, and sometimes she uses it for good, and with that being Pierman's 5th foul, she's going to foul out of the game. Looks like, yeah, it looks like RCSJ's athletic trainer out to check on this player who hit the ground hard. 66-53. Getting up. Can't tell who that is down there. That looks like that might be McLean. .49 on the clock. Roadrunners and Northampton. Again, just Pierman got tagged with an offensive foul. Kind of lowered that shoulder going to the basket. And applause all around for Aljanae McLean, who will now go to the trainer's office. So the new gal on the floor for the Spartans will be Hinson. 40 seconds left. There's a 14-second separation between the two clocks. This one's up. No good. Rebound by Budakovia. They'll have one more possession. There's a 2-second separation between the two clocks. Roadrunners standing around. They'll hold on to this one. They might even take the shot clock violation to close out this one. What a win for Rich Cooper. Win number 200 on Saturday versus Camden County. And he'll get number 201 tonight in a 13-point win. She attempts the three. She doesn't get it. And that's just going to roll out the clock. Final score tonight, Northampton 53, RCSJ-Gloucester 66. Northampton, which finished 5th in the Region 19 standings last year, got up to a 9-point run to start the game. They started off 9-0. Things did not look good for the Roadrunners. They trailed by 5 at the end of the first quarter. Roadrunners led by 1 at the half. But player of the game's got to go to Millie Horace. 11 points off the bench. Shannon Pierman maybe as well, but should be considered 6 of her 11 points were from the foul line. So whether you want to discount that or not, I'm not sure, but I feel like Millie Horace definitely deserves her flowers for that. Freshman coming off the bench. 2 threes, didn't take any foul shots, just was really efficient to the basket and looked really good tonight. That'll be all for us tonight. Roadrunners improved to 4-0. Their next game is next Thursday, the 20th, in a doubleheader. Women tip off at 5 versus the Ocean County Vikings. The men tip off at 7. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Kate LeBlane, and Carson Rosso, my producer, Maddox Marker, I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow afternoon from the Green Wave Turf for the South Jersey Group 1 sectional final in girls soccer between the Haddon Township Hawks and the Audubon Green Wave. Have a good one, folks.